Okay, picture this. You bring home this tiny, wobbly fluff ball. You grab the kitten food that happened to be on sale, and 2 days later, you're cleaning up diarrhea at 2 a.m. while Googling, "Is my kitten dying?" with one hand. You realize nobody told you how confusing kitten nutrition actually is. Today, we're fixing that. In this video, I'll walk you through 6 of the best kitten foods from decent to absolutely essential, and by the end, you'll know exactly what to feed, when, and why. 6. Fussie Cat Market Fresh Kitten Dry Food. You know, this is one of those foods that looks great on the bag. Lots of photos of fresh meat, big grain-free stamp, and words like market fresh that make you feel like you're eating clean too. Under all of that, the base of this recipe really is chicken and chicken meal as the primary protein sources, which is what you want to see for a growing kitten, not vague meat byproduct mystery bits. That gives good, dense protein to fuel growth and muscle development. Here's what matters. The formula uses chicken, chicken meal, chickpeas, lentils, chicken fat, pumpkin, goat milk, and added vitamins and minerals. So you're getting a pretty solid protein and fat profile, plus some fiber from chickpeas, lentils, and pumpkin, which can help with stool quality and digestion. The goat milk is a nice touch for palatability. A lot of kittens perk up when they smell that creamy note in the bowl. Texture-wise, the kibble is on the small side, so most kittens can crunch it without drama. Now, here's where I get a bit critical. For a tiny carnivore, we're leaning a little heavy on the plant side. Chickpeas and lentils are fine in moderation, but they're doing some of the carb-heavy lifting in this recipe. That can be okay for mini kittens, but more sensitive bellies might get gassy or have softer stools when you first transition. You also don't get the added moisture that comes with wet food, which is a drawback for overall hydration. Fancy Feast Purina Tender Wet Kitten Food. So here's the thing. Kittens usually love this stuff. The pâté texture is super soft, easy to lap up, and honestly, it smells, well, strong, which for a kitten is a very good thing. If you've got a picky baby, this kind of wet food can be the difference between not really interested and face in the bowl before it hits the floor. Nutritionally, these Fancy Feast kitten recipes give you high-quality animal protein with essential vitamins and minerals, and they're formulated as complete and balanced meals for kittens, not just treat toppers. They also have the big advantage of moisture. Wet foods help keep your kitten hydrated, support urinary health, and make it easier for them to digest their meals. Each can is designed to be fed in multiple small meals, which matches how kittens naturally like to eat. Now, let me explain why it's only at number 5. While there are no artificial preservatives or colors, some recipes in this line include things like wheat gluten, soy protein concentrate, and added flavors. Are these automatically evil? No, but if you're aiming for a very minimal ingredient, mostly meat diet, this isn't that. It leans a bit more toward tasty, convenient supermarket option than premium vet clinic level formula. For many kittens, it's absolutely fine, but if yours has food sensitivities, you might hit a wall. From a practical standpoint, I really like Fancy Feast kitten wet food as a transition tool. Got a baby who just came from a shelter or street and is stressed out? 4. Purina Pro Plan High Protein Wet Kitten Food. If Fancy Feast is the fun, tasty baseline, Pro Plan is like its more studious cousin who actually read the science. These recipes are specifically formulated for kittens up to 1 year old, with real chicken and liver or other named fish proteins leading the way. What stands out with Pro Plan development is the focus on brain, eye, and immune support. The formulas include DHA, an omega-3 fatty acid that supports brain and vision development, plus antioxidants to help build a strong immune system while your kitten is going through that chaotic growth phase. This isn't just generic wet food that happens to be okay for kittens. It's wet food designed around those first critical months. You can feel the difference in the texture too. It's a classic smooth or flaked style that's easy for tiny mouths. Feeding guidelines are straightforward, generally around 1 can per 2 to 2.5 pounds of body weight per day, divided into 3 or more meals. I like that because it encourages what kittens naturally want to do: eat little, eat often. When I think about actually testing this, what I notice most is consistency. Kittens tend to maintain steady energy, shiny coats, and good weight gain on this food when it's fed properly. It doesn't feel like a treat food, it feels like a daily driver. Are there downsides? Sure, a couple. Some kittens with very sensitive stomachs may need a slower transition, and it's not the lowest priced option on the shelf. Broil Canin kitten thin slices in gravy. If there was such a thing as kitten comfort food, this would be it. It's specifically designed for the so-called second age kittens, roughly 4 to 12 months old, when their bodies and behavior are changing fast. This isn't just about calories, it's about supporting that entire transition from fragile baby to confident young cat. The thin slices in gravy are intentionally shaped and textured to be easy for kittens to chew and lap up. You get moist chunks that are soft but still give a bit of bite, which is great for kittens learning to handle more grown-up textures. Nutritionally, the formula includes vitamins C and E to support immune system development, and it's enriched with omega-3 fatty acids like DHA for brain and vision. The focus on immune support and cognitive development is really clear in the design. Here's what matters for the gut. Royal Canin Kitten and Gravy uses highly digestible proteins and prebiotics like MOS to support a healthy intestinal microbiota. In normal human language, that means it's built to be gentle on the stomach and to encourage good bacteria in the gut, which you'll notice in the litter box as more normal stools. If you've ever dealt with food that makes your kitten swing between constipation and diarrhea, a formula like this can be a breath of fresh air. One thing I appreciate is how well this works in a mixed feeding setup. Royal Canin designed it to pair with their kitten dry kibble, so you can do, say, dry in the puzzle feeder and this thin slice gravy for the main meals. Hill's Science Diet Kitten Healthy Development. If you want a kibble that feels like it was designed in a lab by people who stare at kitten growth charts all day, this is that food. In a good way. It's formulated specifically for kittens' developmental needs, with the goal of supporting healthy growth and a strong immune system from the inside out. The big headline feature is the Active Biome Plus Multi-Benefit Blend, a mix of prebiotic fibers that help support the gut microbiome and digestive system. A healthy gut doesn't just mean better poops, it means better nutrient absorption, more stable energy, and often better skin and coat over time. The recipe also includes balanced minerals for growing bones and teeth, plus DHA from fish oil for brain and eye development. So you're checking off growth, bones, brain, and immunity in one shot. From a texture and feeding standpoint, the kibble pieces are small and crunchy, which most kittens handle well once they've got the hang of chewing. The caloric density is pretty high, around 555 kcals per cup, which means you're feeding smaller volumes but still meeting energy needs for those wild zoomies and sudden growth spurts. If you've ever watched a kitten double in size in like a month, you know how important calorie-dense food is. In actual day-to-day use, Hill's Kitten is one of those foods that tends to produce very consistent outcomes: steady growth, good muscle tone, shiny coat, and decent stool quality when introduced properly. PetAg KMR Powder Milk Replacer. This is designed for kittens from newborn up to about 6 weeks of age, or for older kittens who can't nurse properly or need serious nutritional backup. If the rest of the list is about what's best once chewing is normal, KMR is about how do we keep this tiny life going right now.
KMR is formulated to mimic a queen's milk in its balance of protein, fat, and carbohydrates, giving a caloric pattern similar to what they'd be getting from their mother. It's rich and high-quality milk proteins like casein and dried skim milk, plus whey protein concentrate, and has a fat level around 28% in the powder, so you're getting dense energy in every tiny feeding. That matters when your customer is a palm-sized kitten who can only take in a few milliliters at a time. What I really like about KMR is that it's not just calories and fat. It includes added taurine, essential vitamins, minerals, and a blend of probiotics with around 130,000 CFU per gram of beneficial bacteria like lactobacillus and bifidobacterium species. Those support digestion and help reduce the risk of digestive upset, which can be dangerous in very young kittens. The powder is mixed with water, so you control the consistency and can adjust slightly for kittens that need a bit thinner or thicker formula as they grow. In practice, when you test KMR, what you notice is how differently these tiny kittens respond compared to, say, trying to use plain cow's milk or random substitutes. Outro. Now, before you click away, let me ask you, how old is your kitten right now? That one detail changes everything about what should be at the top of your personal list.